Mars' fate rests upon this man's hall. Terrible, he says, showing you the few fish he's caught. You ask him if you can have the spry fish, but when you ask how much it will cost, you're heartless. Just then, he challenges them. This one's all yours. Then let the carnival of might. Your puny body is no match for mine, the piscator shouts back, throwing a punch. Looking. A battle of beefiness. Looks like you're Melanie's face twists in disgust, but she experiences a stray bolt of pure magical power struck. You land squarely on your back. In seconds, you scramble to your seconds later, the magic that issued forth from every fiber of Melanie's being fades, and her powers return to normal. You won't catch a spry fish swimming. Don't hold back. Fortune favors the bold. Nice work. Don't hold back. You pick up a scrap of paper dropped by some manner of monster. Clearly, whoever dropped this message did not want to forget where the stolen treasure is hidden. You stash the scrap of paper in your pack and resolve to keep an eye out for the treasure on your travels. That was lucky. It appears this sturdy door has a magic seal on it. Unfortunately, it is out of her realm of expertise. Excellent. Congrats. As if drawn in by the voice, you head deeper into... Why won't the right words come? Hearing her sigh. Very well then. Please finish this verse, she responds, then begins to sing. The woman smiles at your words of loneliness and sadness. Her reaction wasn't quite what you were hoping for, but at least you received a gift. Thanks. Overcome with a strange sense of déjà vu, you reach into your pack. The sunset, the smiling woman. You stand in the exact spot the woman stood in, as best you could figure. There's a chest buried here. You're sure of it. Inside, you find an impeccable piece of clothing. It was enough to love and be loved in return. But nothing gold can stay. Whosoever finds this may keep. Moved by the woman's words, you press the garment to your chest. The gift was not left in vain. And fight. I don't feel so. What have you done to my friend? Who's going to forgive me, please? Fortunately, for you at least, it seems Melanie simply found the taste of the brew rather foul. That was lucky. Uh-oh. That was lucky. You did great. You come across two men sitting on a rock. They take no notice of you or the party, but you can hear their fervent discussion. You listen in and deduce that they are a pair of thieves. You lean in, trying to hear what else the thieves are talking about. You catch pieces of the conversation here and there. Listen about that loot. Head south from the harbor and cross the mountains. It sounds like they've just told you where to find their stolen loot. You hastily grab a scrap of paper, write down what you've heard, and quietly sneak away. About the enemy. Something's catching the sunlight just so. You move closer to get a better look at it. You find a chest lodged in the hollow of a tree. Something about this feels familiar. You fish a note out of your pack. Sure enough, this is the location those thieves mentioned when you were eavesdropping. Quite convinced you found their stash, you open the chest with a self-satisfied smirk on your face. Let's do this. did great. An armor-clad knight stands, exuding an extraordinarily powerful aura. The knight faces you and asks, "Might you be challengers?" But after sizing you up for a long moment, his shoulders slump and he mutters, "No, you are not yet ready. Grow strong, young ones," he says, then returns to standing in silence. It appears he awaits a stalwart warrior to challenge him. Don't hold back. Nice work. Good work. And fight. Oh? Nice work. Congrats. And fight. Oof. Excellent. A rough-tempered piscator stands there, having just returned. Mars' fate rests upon this man. Terrible, he says, showing you the You ask him if you can have the sprite. When you ask how much it will cost, your heart just then, he challenged the This one's. Then let the carnal. Your puny body is no match for mine. the Piscator shouts back, throwing a punch. His victory sealed, Bruno strikes a glorious pose and shouts out, "Witness the power of power." Defeated, the Piscator hands over the spry fish to Bruno. Bruno extends a hand to the Piscator, who has fallen to his knees. With a serene smile, he takes the offered hand. An unspoken friendship begins to form between the two. Or at least, you hope that's what the prolonged silence between them means. With the spry fish in hand, you head back towards Oreo's clinic. Bruno looks at your group sadly, reluctant for this little adventure to end. You hand the fish to Oreo and ask him to make you the supplement. "Give me a moment," he says, then takes the fish and heads into the back. "It's ready," he says, emerging from his room and handing you a bottle. You hope this will get Mar back on his feet. You need to get back to Unionville on the double, but before that... You wordlessly extend a hand to Bruno. Bruno takes your hand and gives it a firm shake. You can feel the bones in your hands splintering. You just hope Bruno has enough self-restraint not to shatter them completely. You make a mental note never to shake hands with him again, then turn to leave. But Bruno stops you and says he wants to journey with you just a little longer. But Oreo is quick to douse the flames of his desire. "You will stay here and study," he commands. "Then you leave me no choice," Bruno's expression reads as he raises both hands behind his head and squats at hyperspeed. "I want to show this power to the world," Bruno proclaims to his father. "You have much to learn, my son," Oreo retorts as he starts sidestepping at breakneck speed. Only the sound of their labored breathing and bodies moving resonates through the otherwise silent room. You can only look on in stunned silence at the enigmatic display. Bruno falls to his knees, panting. This is My limit. You have grown, my son, Oreo says, looking no worse for wear. So are you coming with us or not? Melanie interjects, ever the blunt one. Only our muscles know the answer, comes Bruno's cryptic reply. I don't get it, Ridis remarks frankly. On the condition that he study nutrition upon his return, Bruno is allowed to go with you for just a little while longer. You realize that these two have a very special way of talking that no one else can understand. Hearing yet another roar in the distance, you realize you need to get the supplement to Mar so you can investigate the sound together. It appears the headman's long-standing pronouncement on the welcoming of all magical creatures also applies to you and your party. Mar lies listlessly upon the bed, looking somewhat haggard. You help Mar sit up. Drink this, Mar, you say to him gently. He weakly opens his mouth, and you slowly pour the energy concentrate inside. Mar abruptly bolts up and turns his head toward you with a puzzled look. It looks like Mar is all better now. You give Mar a tight hug. Mar mews softly in discomfort. Overcome with joy, you sob and stroke Mar's head. Melanie and Ridis watch you two with a smile. Bruno is deeply moved to see nutrition bringing a smile to others. With this, you can finally put the happenings of that strange village behind you. You decide to take Bruno back to Shoreland, then continue your search for the dragon. You arrive at Bruno's house. Though he seems to want to adventure a little more, he reluctantly enters his house. You ask Oreo if he knows anything about the monster behind that mighty roar. He says that the creature nests atop a tower not far from town. With that, your next destination is decided. Here, you will part ways with these two, but you owe a great deal to the nutritionist and his son. Bruno looks at you, his eyes begging you to let him come along. What will you say? Let us defeat the dragon together, you say to him. You are sure his power and knowledge will come in handy against the beast. And you realize with a grin, he will be so happy just to come along that he will not want a share of the reward. Bruno is happy he can continue the journey, but Oreo stops him before he can get carried away. You must stay here and study, Oreo says. Bruno explains that the journey thus far has taught him the splendor of nutrition, and he now wishes to travel the world to deepen his knowledge. After hearing his son out, Oreo suddenly removes his glasses. And in the blink of an eye, the flesh of Bruno's cheeks, pectorals, and abdomen recess. And Bruno is lifted off his feet with a dull roar. Your eyes go wide at Oreo's assault, which was too fast for your eyes to catch. Knowledge of nutrition can help save lives, but also strike down enemies, Oreo says. Wow, nutrition is incredible, Ridis marvels, not putting too much thought into the events before her. Knowledge is the true power. You tremble, never wanting to make an enemy of Oreo. Though Oreo still deems his son's knowledge insufficient, he tells him to travel the world and surpass him someday. Thank you, Father, Bruno says from the ground, moved to tears by the strength of Oreo's knowledge. So it comes to pass that you journey to the tower with Bruno to find the roaring beast. Yet another colorful character.